Please. Oh, yes! Come on! Listen, Big Steve, you hear about Mason now, don't you? You hear about Mason? Okay. Oh my God! There's no way! Don't you dare, Werner! Don't you dare! Oh! Are you stupid? Come on! Come on! Yeah!
Oh shit! Here we go again.
The first thing about Arsenal that is really nice is the football they played under Wenger. Beautiful football, liquid football, one touch, Wilshere, Rossi, Fleb. Beautiful stuff. Thierry Henry, my favourite striker.
I hate you lot. I hate you lot. I hate you. You man do this, yeah?
I knew my name was mentioned. My name was mentioned.
You're making it look like you can trust people. You can't trust nobody in these streets.
Wow. You started the life so aggressively.
You can't trust nobody in these streets. You make us feel like a family, like we can trust you. And then you go and clip us up like this. Oh my days. Toby was right.
Man said Fleb.
Fleb was a baller. What are you talking about?
His name is Hleb.
Hleb, bro. Hleb.
Bro, you was calling Benton called Bentalib, so don't worry about
He's doing that on purpose, though. He's doing that. Don't mention it again. Don't mention it again before I rip Cam's fade off his head, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, take off your cap for a little second.
Yeah. You take
yeah.
Now what?
You ain't even giving me a chance. Huh?
Everyone's dogging my Wi-Fi.
It's moving slowish, but it seems all right though.
Hop on 5G, Steve.
Yeah, you
Actually,
might be
no,
better.
honest,
Can't do anything technical. I can barely turn the fucking computer
Yeah,
on.
I was just about to say, look who I'm asking to use his 5G. Steve probably still uses 2G.
He needs Saeed there to show him, man.
No, Saeed's not there. Saeed's not there.
No, he's not. Do you have to put on personal hotspot, Steve?
Do I fuck? I'll try it in a minute.
Yeah, this. I'm telling you, lad. Steve definitely uses 2G.
Man said Steve's on Windows 95. Mad.
That reaction was mad.
Well, we're gonna hope it sorts itself out, or Steve manages to, I don't know, Google how to do a personal hotspot and we sort it out. But listen, we're back. The big six. Obviously, Matisse is on the menu tonight. Obviously, he's got, a battle on his hands because I see he's very adamant that he's gonna be able to defend, I guess, the whole season. The manager.
Come on, Turkish, bro. Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game?
I did. Listen, I can't.
You know what? Yeah. Do you know what? This used to be a footballing show. Please, can we just discuss the beautiful game? You're a footballing man. I'm a footballing man. I know everybody wants me to get cooked.
I said this.
Me and Cam exchanged some words on Twitter, right? He said he's in my corner. Can we please just analyze this game properly and not be silly now, guys? Because you know what happened. Don't be silly. Don't be silly now, guys. We won 3-1 in the 90 minutes and went to extra time and got gassed out. Camavinga comes on, changes the game. Let's give him some credit because he did it against PSG too. But Chelsea went to the Santiago Bernabeu and they played them off the park for 80 minutes. Let's not sit here and lie now. Let's not do that. Let's not do it. I'm sorry, chat, but this is if you watch the game, you're not silly. You're not silly. Come on, now. The IQ's got to be higher around here now. Let's not do this, guys. Come on now. Come on.
I like this approach from Matisse. Yeah, I like this. You knew you was going to get cooked today at some stage in some form, right? So I like this, the way you've started, and I like the way that you're coming from this point of view, right? Because there's no doubt that you went there and you played a magnificent game. Your tactics were spot on. Tuchel took them to shreds, like surprise selection with the what's his name? What does Toby call Loftus-Cheek? He calls him Satin. I know, but anyway, exactly. I know. I'm sure he's got a name for him. You know what I mean? But I admire your approach of coming with this defense and everything. But the way I look at it, right, at the end of the day, when the draw was first made, a lot of Chelsea fans were saying this Madrid is nothing. It's nothing special anyway. We can beat them, especially on the back of beating them last season. So I think we're getting carried away with your second leg performance after your dire first leg.
We spoke about the first leg already. This is the big six. We're speaking about this week. If we're going to speak about last week, then we should have done that on last week.
I hear you. I wasn't there. I was on holiday. So
we gotta let Grizz have it going.
No. Of course. What I'm trying to say, basically, I think what I'm trying to say is, look, you played magnificent yesterday, but over the 2 legs, you fucked up and you paid for it in the end with a first leg performance. This Madrid isn't special. I admit they ain't special, but you know, Chelsea, I think, weren't far off. Probably, I don't know what the others thought, but I thought Chelsea would get through against Madrid. When you was drawn against Real Madrid, I made you guys favourites. So
yeah, but I agree, maybe slight favourites, but you have to always respect. You always have to respect the pedigree of Real Madrid. And for me, like when you look at the way we played, Tuchel said it best. We have to play 100% all the time to get good results. We're not a team that can turn up and do an 85-80% kind of game and still win, because we don't have the elite level, like definitive players that can do something out of nothing. We have to put together a good team and to come together and put a good performance in, then we win. Whereas if you look at Madrid were awful, but Modric just needs that one moment from Kante, get the ball now outside of the right boot, incredible assist. The guy has been ridiculous. Everybody talks about Benzema, obviously, but Modric has done that now in 2 back-to-back knockout games, and he got the assist against us in the first leg, but then he did absolutely destroyed PSG as well. And Modric, Benzema, these guys were pretty quiet. 80 minutes, we didn't heard a peep out of them. They get one opportunity, and then bang, next thing you know, it's a goal, and there's nothing more you can do about it. I think the only thing I'll say about us is that 15 minutes to go, 3-0 up, you would have wished that we could have seen it out. But like I said, the way that we applied ourselves to that game, we gave ourselves too much to do. I don't think we bottled it in this match, so to speak, because like I said, we beat them in their own backyard. That should be enough. But when you go and perform the way you performed in the first leg, and you make the amount of individual errors that we did, you give yourself too much to do. You have to have an absolute perfect performance in their stadium with their match winners, and that's very difficult to do. So on the basis of this game, I don't feel like Chelsea can be rubbed out on this match at all. They were incredible. They played great football as well. They were very direct. They had opportunities. Absolutely. People will say, should we have had a penalty of Alonso? According to the rule book, he made the right decision. I do feel like it's a little bit mad. Maybe the rules need to be looked at there. Great save from Courtois from Kai's header as well. Mason stood up. I know Big Steve didn't want to hear about Mason last time. Mason stood up immediately, got the goal back. Rudiger's been excellent as well. Made some mad challenges. Kante made a few too many errors. I'm not going to lie. Gave the ball away in some crucial positions, and it ended up leading to goals. Nearly led to 3 goals, if anything. But yeah, I feel like Chelsea put respect back on their name there with that performance. I don't feel like anybody can really banter Chelsea too much, to be honest. If you're talking about football, if you're running agendas, then obviously you can. But if you're watching the game, there's no way you can banter Chelsea really after that performance.
Can I say something? Because I didn't actually watch the second half. I watched the first half where we're 1-0 up. You played well, but I just want to zero in on something you mentioned. You said Chelsea aren't the type of team who can play at 80% and win. We have to play 100%. And you said we don't have those definitive players. Can you elaborate a bit more on that? Because
we don't have Modric, we don't have Benzema, we don't.
Oh, really? Because the reason why I wanted you to elaborate is because you wouldn't think that you don't have a Modric or Benzema, all of these others, because I've heard a lot about the players that you do have. So I would have thought that the players that you do have were those decisive players.
What, they were generational, like midfielders.
You said it. Your words, not mine. Where was Kai Havertz?
He's 20. This brother here. You know how shameless you are. You know how shameless you are. Are you comparing Kai Havertz? Are you comparing Kai Havertz to Benzema?
I'm just asking you a question because I'm asking you things that you have said about these players. So I found it
that they have potential.
No. I found it interesting that you said that you don't have these defining players. When you've told me everything but that over the past couple of years.
Havertz was good in this game. So your point.
I'm not just talking about Havertz. I'm not just talking about Havertz. I just found it funny. I found it rich. I found it rich that you all of a sudden you're saying that these players aren't the killers, but yet you've told me everything but that.
No, they're not killers. I've been mentioning the whole season that our attack has not been of the level that we need it to be, and defense is the main reason why we won the Champions League.
I wasn't talking about just your attack. I'm talking about your teammate. I'm talking about your team, bro. I'm talking about your team. But it's fine.
The
You
whole
don't,
team must have
listen,
played
you-
well. Whenever I
don't
ever
wanna-
come on here, whenever I ever come on here and said that Chelsea have the best attack in the world, Chelsea's attack is, that would be stupid. Most of our defenders were getting goals at the early parts of the season. Trevor, Rudiger, Reece James, Ben Chilwell. Whenever I ever come on here and said that Chelsea's attack is moving mad, do we have a generational currently, not potential, not young players that are developing? Do we have a in their prime best player in the world, Benzema? No. Do we have Modric, 36 years old, pulling strings? No. Who did I say in our midfield is of Modric level? You're waffling, bro. I'm sorry, you're waffling. You're digging.
I don't think I am. I didn't say. I don't think I am. I don't think I am waffling. I've heard a lot from you about these players.
You're not.
I've heard a lot from you about these players, and in a moment like that, it's just interesting that you make that point around definitive players. It's just funny. It's just funny
to tweet that hearing aid.
I just wanted to mention it. You told us these players are the best thing since sliced bread, and I just wanted to mention it. Simple.
Who did I tell you was the best thing since sliced
You,
bread?
bro.
Name the players.
We'll be here all day.
Name the players.
If I had to
Name
go
the
through
players.
every player you've gassed to me.
Name the players. Name the attackers, because we're talking about the
Player
attack.
Pulisic.
Huh?
Name the attackers.
Brother, I said Pulisic has potential. Stop lying.
Potential.
Bro, don't do this.
Okay.
You're looking bad. Don't lie. Don't sit here and lie. I told you Pulisic has potential. When I speak about these players, I speak about potential. I said, I think
What did you call
Pulisic
him?
has a lot of potential.
Playoff P. Playoff
Yes,
P, right?
I think he's got a lot of potential. Cool. Is he Benzema?
Playoff P. Playoff P
This is
that came off.
You're not making no
came off
sense.
the bench and missed every single chance he had to put you through.
Cool.
Yeah?
Cool. He's young. This is what happens. Maybe
1v1
he's not going to fulfill.
demon.
Maybe he's not going to fulfill his potential.
Yeah.
My brother, Callum Hudson-Odoi is injured.
What's wrong with you again?
Honestly, bro, what's going on?
No,
with
I
you?
just find
You
it.
know,
Matisse, I just find
You
it
find
funny.
it interesting. You find it
Matisse,
interesting.
I just find it funny, bro. All of a sudden, your squad is not
football
that
so
great,
well.
but yet
You know
before
football
your squad was
so
great.
well, but you're letting these agendas get to you, my brother. Please rest.
Nah,
Please.
listen,
Come on. It's not making no
listen,
sense
fellas,
what you're
come
saying
on,
right now.
come on,
Come on.
let's talk serious now. Right, listen. Beginning of the season, it was Thomas Tuchel, sorted Pep out, done this, done that, Champions League. Champions of Europe, you'll never win that, same old song. Champions of the world, we're champions of the world. I seen it on Tuesday night. People throwing chairs about in the square singing, we're the champions of the world, and that was weird, but it is what it is. I've seen Jorginho, Ballon d'Or. I've seen N'Golo Kante, Ballon d'Or contenders. I've seen all this fucking jazz. I've seen people dancing on roundabouts talking about Lukaku, 100 million, he's the missing piece of the jigsaw. We won the European Cup without him. And at the end of the day, it's all fell flat on its ass. And because you've done a couple of Don Robbie watch-alongs, you can bring the chest all you want, but it's fake chest, man, because real footballing people know that you can't sit there singing champions of the world and champions of Europe and then blame a fucking 45-year-old Modric for going out the Champions League because you're into a new arsehole. At the end of the day, Real Madrid ain't the team that Real Madrid this season ain't the team that people think they are. But they sorted you out. You've got a young, fresh, dynamic team. You're champions of the world. You've got the best coach in the world, Tommy Tapping Tuchel. And at the end of the day, yeah, you did put up a fight in the second leg, and you're unlucky. But you can't come in here with some sob story because no one on this panel is giving you any. No, but nobody's giving you any sympathy. No one's blaming. No one's saying you've not got your strikers right. You've got Timo Werner, Havertz. You've got Lukaku. You've got Jorginho. You've got Kante. You've got Mount. You've got all the big dogs in the house, yeah. But an old Real Madrid team full of old dudes just fucking smoke you.
No, Steve, that's not how it works. I just
explained
to
how
you.
it works.
I just explained to you. I just explained to you
when you get rolled.
I didn't ask for your sympathy. I just explained to you that we had a great game at Real Madrid. We have to put together a great performance, which is what we did to win games. Real Madrid did not play well, but they can have moments. Just because Modric is 36-year-old doesn't mean that he loses his technical ability. Come on now. He can still pick out a pass out of
champions of Europe, mate. You don't be blaming shit like that.
I'm not blaming it. It's what happened.
Don't be blaming shit like that. You failed this season. You failed. At the end of the day, you failed. You know what I mean? You've been underwhelming. You've not done it. Tommy had his 100 million to spend and he spent it on Lukaku. There's no one else to blame but him. He chose Lukaku, thought he was going to play in his system. Nobody else chose Lukaku but him. He got his money and he blew it. He spunked it. So you can't blame everywhere else. He chose to buy Lukaku. It's not worked out. He chose to get Saul. It's not worked out. He chose him. He's your manager. But there's teams out there working on less budgets than Chelsea.
So you don't know the facts of the situation. You can't just say these things and they don't come out as facts. So he didn't choose Saul. That's
Who
incorrect.
chose Saul? Who chose Saul? Are you on the fucking board?
The board
Yeah,
chose Saul.
Sal's a good midfielder, though.
Bro, stop hyping this guy.
Turkish knows what he's doing.
Oh, Sal's a good midfielder. I'm not having that.
No, he's
Sal's a
not.
good midfielder.
Bro,
And then
he's
last
average,
time I
bro.
mentioned that, I think you said something about injury. So I checked it, and all right, he played 22 games last year when Atletico won the title. But that was his only injury hit season. And when I look at how many Jorginho played for you guys, 22 starts.
Oh my
Ante,
god!
23 starts, and it's
Wow.
Kovacic
Yeah, but he
was around
wasn't good.
the same
He
as
wasn't
well.
good. He got moved
Rough
to
throw
play
down.
on the left. He got moved to play at the left wing back or left midfield position because he can't get into Atletico Madrid's midfield because he's not good
Oh
enough.
yeah, he
He's
was a
been
utility
declining
man.
for
But he was a very good one. In certain positions, he was a
not
very
good
good
enough.
player.
Yeah, but he's not good enough though. He's not good
Yeah,
enough.
but you can't dismiss the signing as like
He's as important to us as Salibos was as important to you.
but you can't that's a seasoned midfielder, bro. That's been
Doesn't
at the top
matter.
level of football. You're acting like you signed like a Lukonga who no one knew about, and it
Doesn't
hasn't
matter.
worked
He's
out.
not good enough. Like he's good on name alone from what he's done in the La Liga, but that doesn't mean that it's going to translate to Prem. We knew that we needed to sign someone that was a lot younger, in fact, that would have been able to replace Jorginho and Kante's mobility and their injury proneness, and we didn't do that because we decided to be cheap and go for a loan deal for someone that's not playing very well at Atletico Madrid and someone that they're trying to get rid of. If Atletico Madrid are trying to get rid of someone for good reason, doesn't mean we should be picking them up. That doesn't make any sense. It's a silly move.
There's a guy here saying, "Well, I'll be shocked if 45-year-old Modric knocks us out." I won't be because I'm not the one bouncing around saying champions of Europe and giving it all the chest.
You said you're going to win the Champions League this year. So you can't change the narrative. You said you're going to win the Champions League.
The narrative, mate. You get knocked out more than anyone I've ever seen in my life. You stand on roundabouts at the beginning of the season telling everyone that you're the champions of Europe, champions of the world. You told everybody that Lukaku was going to do this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, every single prediction you made at the beginning of the season has fell flat, clean on its fucking ass. And now you're trying to backtrack. No, listen. Now you're trying to backtrack, moonwalk all the way back to your fucking bedroom and pretend that you never said any of it. By the end of the day, you did.
Did I not come on here? Did I not come on here and say I hold my hands up?
Jorginho, right, is never a Ballon d'Or contender, so I've got an hole in my ass, yeah? And Golo Kante had 4 good games and got put on the list, right? At the end of the day, you shithoused your way to a Champions League final win. Congratulations.
No, we didn't.
Now you've come up against the big boys.
You know
you've been smoked.
Steve,
and the big boys,
you seem to be
people like that are coming to your ground now and slapping you up big time.
Clearly, when you put your chest out that you were going to win the Champions League, right?
My chest is always out. It's always out, mate.
So you don't get everything.
You know what? And if I fall flat on my face like I did,
I
I went on every single Chelsea channel where I said it, and I stood there and let you all take the piss.
You don't get every prediction right. You said you said Man City were going to win the Champions League. You didn't win.
No, but I'm not trying to make excuses.
And now you're trying to discredit
the board of buying your players now. Your manager spent 100 million on a striker. He spent 100 million on a striker. It's not our fault. He didn't strengthen the other team areas. He spent 100 million.
Now you're trying to go back
on Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Now you're trying to go back. Now you're trying to go back and rewrite time and pretend like we didn't deserve the Champions League. That's what you just said.
No, I said you shithoused your way to the Champions League. Every footballing man in the world knows it.
No,
everyone knows it.
They don't because they watched
Pep made a mistake and you won 1-0. And then this season, Pep didn't make that mistake and we beat it every time we played you.
Oh, what? So the whole run we shithoused it, yeah? So we didn't
proper shithouse fucking tactics, yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. You didn't watch it then. You didn't watch the game.
I was there, mate. I was there.
What? You were there for the whole run. You were there for the whole run.
The final. Where was you?
We won. We won the game fair and square.
You said, where was you? I was there. So I know with my eyes what I seen, and we got it wrong, and you won, but fair play. But then you're dancing around the streets, you grandam on roundabouts and shit, telling us you're champions of the world. And now because you got beat, just humble yourself and say, you know what? We're not as good as you think you are. Who came on here when you was top of the league and told you you're not as good as you think you are? Me. Who told you you're going to drop off in the league?
But I just want to say
told me a load of gremlins. And look at you now, it's Gizmo time again.
If you don't win the Champions League and Modric does kick you out of the competition, then you can't say, "Oh, I was humble." You said that you're going to win the Champions League.
No, because listen, I'm not singing with champions of the world and running around and all. Listen, what you're going to do with Lukaku? I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
If you win the Champions League, you're going to sing Champions of Europe, aren't you?
No, because what? What? I'm gonna sing.
Did you not sing Champions of England when you won the Premier League? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but listen, songs. I mean, you're obsessed with songs, man. You've got one song in it. The whole fan base is one song.
Oh my days. What is this with this celebration tax that you're coming?
One song,
You
mate.
did
You've got one song.
You did this with Arsenal. Now you're
on
doing this
Tuesday.
with
Did you watch my story on Instagram? Did you watch my story on Instagram? Did you watch my story on Instagram?
We can't
sing.
sing.
Did you see the chinos and all that?
We can't sing. We can't sing we're champions of Europe when we win the Champions League, and we can't sing we're champions of Europe.
You never sing that. Champions of the world. And then when you get beat off Real Madrid, you're blaming Modric, man. Modric.
Bro, I'm not blaming Modric. I'm giving Modric credit. Modric is a generational midfielder.
And all this shit.
Steve, it's not every time you lose a game that you just have to be like, oh, it was unfair. Modric is a generational midfielder. That's why I'm giving him his credit. That's why I just said the guy can do something out of nothing. They didn't have a good game. Modric and Benzema turn up and they do magic. That's giving credit. Not every time it's our fault.
Yeah, but no one's feeling sorry for you, man. No one. That's what you're trying to do.
When did I ask you to feel sorry for us?
Because I've seen it, mate. It's set on Don Robbie's fucking sofa, slumping in the sofa, looking sorry for you. Like, you know, when you tell your kids off and your kids go and sulks in the living room. That's what it's like.
Celebration control tax that we're coming with. Man can't be angry. Man can't be sad that he's lost. Man can't sing songs. Brother can't sing songs. What's going on? It's crazy.
Hey, we haven't heard from Cams yet, so let's hear from Cams on the Chelsea matter.
I didn't think I would have to be the voice of reason here today. You know what I mean?
Cams, you're never the voice of reason. You're never the voice of reason. You got a West Ham shirt there. I just seen it a minute ago.
Let's wait till full time. I didn't know. Yeah, I will be the peacemaker here, but you know what? Yeah, honestly, I think in that game you got to give Tuchel some credit, man. I mean, I think he got it right. As in, a lot of people are talking about his inclusion of Loftus-Cheek as well. Everyone was laughing, and some reason he turned into like banter, but he was doing a job. Like, he was doing a job. He was nullifying Cruz while also having to get down the line and put balls in, while also having to track Ferland Mendy as well. So I think that was a good, like, kind of tactical thinking by Tuchel by putting him in, and I think it worked. And you look at what Chelsea were doing. Rudiger, I think, was amazing, bro. Chelsea, whatever they do, give him the armband, bro. Give him what he wants. Give him the armband, because centre backs in this day and age are scarce, mate. I saw Nacho on the other side for Real Madrid. I see Harry Maguire for Man United. I see all these guys all over the place. Is
this the same Rudiger that's conceded 10 goals since they played back four?
Hey,
I'm just saying, is that the same one?
He's got to beat the allegations. He's got to beat the allegations.
It's the same one. So I just confirming it's the same. It's the same.
You don't
Rudiger in the back four that has conceded 10 goals in the last few games.
GRIZZ, you don't rate Rudiger.
You don't rate him.
No, in the back four. No.
Fair enough. But
he plays back four for Germany, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah,
not very well.
But Chelsea play a back five in it, and he does his job in the team. Yeah, I think he's
100%. He's been phenomenal this season for them.
Exactly. I think he should stay. He's been a leader. He is the leader of that team. You saw when he was shouting at Kante. For me, I think everything that Chelsea did, the only thing that they were probably lacking is maybe, I can't even say experience, but they did kind of bottle it in a way. Once Real Madrid got that goal, I think Chelsea's performance started to dwindle. Yes, they had a couple chances at the end, but I don't think once Real Madrid got the goal, I think Chelsea didn't expect that. It was going all rosy, 3-0. They're probably thinking, this is the Real Madrid of last season. This is light work again. The fairy tale is going to happen, and it didn't happen. Obviously, Benzema decided the game, but I think overall you got to give Tuchel his credit, man. To coach a 3-1 or 3-2 away from home at the Bernabeu, I think, listen, it's obviously it's an aggregate game, but I think overall, I think it was a good job. Really and truly, let's address the elephant in the room. N'Golo Kante cost Chelsea the Champions League. He cost Chelsea the Champions League.
Harsh, man.
Big moments.
Come on, GRIZZ. 2 big moments, bro. Kante was sleeping on the ball in the first one. He slacked. The second
that's
one,
favoritism a little bit from you, because Rudiger was playing in a back four. Because we played a 4-3-3 for most of that game. Rudiger was tremendous, made a saving tackle from Kante's mistake, and was absolutely flawless in that match. Whereas Kante made 3 individual errors, nearly cost us 3 different goals.
Matisse. The reason why I objected to just that statement was that he cost the Champions League.
No, yeah, that's not fair. Yeah, I don't think that's fair. Yeah.
So that's why I disagreed with. Kante is not in form. I'm not disagreeing with. Yeah,
Two
that's what I'm not
massive
disagreeing.
mistakes, Grizz.
I hear that, but to say he's costing the Champions League, you know what I mean?
I get it. It sounds harsh, innit? It sounds
Rudiger
harsh.
slipped. Rudiger slipped, so he wasn't flawless, Matisse. Rudiger slipped. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. You know, the corner that you guys get, the corner that he scores from, it's not a corner. We all saw it, right? We all saw it. It's not a corner. So decisions go, yeah, you played fantastic. You know me, I banter about Tactical Tommy. Yeah, I call him Tactical Tommy, but he's a very good coach. Let's get real. Let's bring it back to football, man. Yeah, he's a very good coach. He's one of the up-and-coming great coaches in world football, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm just saying, at 3-0, was it 3-0, innit? You guys were 3-0 up.
3-0.
Yeah, but at 3-0, Cam, it was too much of a basketball game still. And it can't be. It shouldn't have been. At 3-0, man like Conte, even Pep does it differently with possession. But at 3-0, you lock off the game.
We would have to do it with possession, though. We would have
there's
to,
no
we
more
don't have
basket.
the.
But Matisse, if there's a chance for you to go back to your back five at 3-0 up, you do it. You take off your whoever's having a bad game, or I don't know, I can't remember who your forwards were.
Everyone was, everyone was kind of having a great game. That's the problem. Maybe he's seen.
There was a sense,
momentum.
there was a sense of getting carried away, as Cam says. Or maybe this is it. You lock off 3-0. The other team don't get a chance to have counter attacks, and you get a chance to counteract. That's just the only criticism. Otherwise, he's done a fantastic job.
There's a great example of that. There was a corner that Chelsea had, and you guys were 3-0 up, and Real Madrid cleared it. Camavinga kicked the ball down the line to Vinny, and then he ended up fouling Mason Mount somehow. If he got away from Mason Mount, it was a 1v1 with Kovacic. Like, why is that the case at 3-0? So I can definitely understand what GRIZZ is saying in that respect. But I just feel in them moments, with what you're saying, GRIZZ, Kante was the captain of the night. That's the one you look to calm us down, to be the one that's...
He's not that guy, though. He's not that guy.
I know.
He's not captain material.
You can't give the ball away like that.
It's true. You can't. I've been saying...
And then then the second one, Camavinga beats you to the ball when that's Kante's bread and butter, bro. That's Kante's bread and butter. And I just think, I think, last season he had that 4 great games. Chelsea won the Champions League. He was amazing. But if you look at what he's been doing since, and even before that, this ain't the Kante of old, man. It's not the Kante of old.
I've said this, but
Chelsea got to think about what they got to do.
Sorry, Matisse, go on.
Sorry, I just feel like in English football in particular, and obviously Pep and Man City have changed that, and they're starting to change that narrative, and more teams are starting to come into the Premier League, play football now, play possession, play out from the back. But there's still this deep-rooted thing in English football, in English fans, where they don't understand the importance of looking after the football. They think that the tackles and interceptions are just as important, or more important than looking after the football. Someone will give the ball away, but just because they win it back, it's all good. No, it's not all good. Because sometimes you're not going to be able to win it back. And that's exactly what happened. You have to look after the football. On the big stage, at the Bernabeu, big pitch, against Real Madrid, you have to look after the football. And we didn't do that. And that's really what it came down to. And for me, because so much energy was exerted in the first 75 minutes, I have to look at the substitutes. The players that come on, your Pulisic's, your Jorginhos, your Ziyech's, all these guys that came on in comparison to... Calm down, Toby. Getting a boner over there because I'm mentioning Pulisic.
I just want to hear it. Keep going.
Right.
Keep going.
Have you never criticized a player that you like before at Tottenham? My goodness, look at you.
I'm just eating my patty. Bro.
In comparison to like Camavinga, Rod, Rigo, even not Calvert, who came on there? Vasquez. They just brought energy and intensity to the game. Do you know what I'm saying? And they woke up, because they were awful for most of the match. So at some point they had to wake up. But now, do you know what? If there's ever a way to go out of the Champions League, that's the way. Yes, obviously I wanted us to progress, go and play Man City semi-final, lock horns again. But I can come away from that, and I'm actually proud of the team's performance. I'm not pissed off like I've been previously when we've come out. When we lost to Bayern Munich and got slapped up, that's a different situation. But if you're gonna go out, then that's the way to go out. Any other way is a madness. Can
I ask you a question? Yeah, I got 2 questions. Just in regards to this Kante one. Were you not super surprised to see Kante start against Southampton?
When
I saw that, I was like, what?
Mate, in some ways, yeah. In some ways.
And then people are saying he's tired, and obviously Ramadan and all this type of stuff. I was surprised to see him start. And
Do you know what? It was a big game, though, innit? We had to beat them. So I don't know. It's weird because I can understand where you're coming from because it's Southampton and you think to yourself, right, you're that's sandwiched between two massive games. Kante's been looking really up and down, and
you got to manage.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
you got to manage his.
Yeah, you got to manage him. You do have to manage him because it's a situation with Kante where I've been saying it. He's not playing at this world class, indispensable, unstoppable level every game. That's not him anymore. He might be able to pull that out of the bag once every so often. This is why I criticized the signing of Sal Niguez so much, because Sal Niguez has not been able to take the workload off of a player like Kante because he's not been good enough. And at the end of the day, that's what we needed the next midfielder to be for. We needed that fourth midfielder to come in, take the workload off of Kante so he's not as important to the team. We haven't been able to do that. So now, you know what? Kante's still a key part when he really shouldn't be.
Do you know what Kante reminds me of, lads? I can't remember. It reminds me of Gini Wijnaldum vibes. We ran Gini Wijnaldum into the ground, and Kante is that guy that covers mileage. And you know, Gini, people, a lot of, even some Liverpool fans, and obviously non-Liverpool fans will say, how did you not get rid of Gini Wijnaldum, man? He's the engine. Trust me, innit? I watch my team all the time, every game, every hour, every second, every kick. Gini Wijnaldum was running on empty, and look at him since he's gone to PSG. Of course, PSG in a different way. Of course, PSG different system. I get all that, but look at his legs though. Same with Kante. Kante's been a one-man wrecking machine for that midfield. Near enough. I know Jorginho's got the plaudits, which has enabled him to get on the Ballon d'Or list. Pure fuckeries, but Kante. But Kante is that guy who for a number of years done everything in that Chelsea midfield. And it's just a matter of one of those, his legs, maybe. I don't know. He might turn it around, but I don't.
Also, when you become a more possession-based team, he's not
like you're trying to.
As we're trying to. He's not as important. And this is what I've been trying to get across to people who think the club will be liquidated and sold when he leaves. There is life after Kante. Like, he's been incredible for us. He's won us Premier League titles. He's been one of the best midfielders in the world. But at the end of the day, when you're a possession-based team, or you're trying to be, you need to be able to keep the football. When he moves in between the half spaces and he wants to play in the final third because he's box to box, you need to be able to make that De Bruyne pass. You need to be able to take that De Bruyne shot. But you can't do that. So that, again, brings down your value as a box-to-box midfielder in a possession-based system. But people don't want to talk about this because they've got this undenying emotional attachment. I can understand it, but they're unable to analyze this footballer. At the end of the day,
we have the same with Gini. We have the same. It happens, man. Fans do that.
You got that with Hendo, man. You got that with Henderson, Grizz.
Yeah, that's some people.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
There comes a time where you have to knock that off. One of the examples, good examples, is Fernandinho. Pep knew that he couldn't do it, and he just put him nicely on the outskirts. And I think Stevie rarely uses him. Like, maybe.
Did you see him last night?
No, I didn't watch it. No.
He got us over the line, man. He got us over the line.
But my point being, he knew exactly when to take him out the first.
Yeah, he's got no legs now. He can't. Listen, he can't play him full from the start. He's no chance. But last night, well, when we go on City's game, I'll talk about Fernandinho last night. Yeah.
Sorry, just the last one, Matisse. Yeah, just the last one. You see, with Werner, why has it not worked out? Because genuinely, honestly, I think Werner would score goals for any team.
Werner's a good player.
Werner is, bro.
I don't know about that.
If Werner played for Liverpool, I think he'll score 30 goals. If he played for City, I think the same. I even think
he wouldn't get into City's team. He's too messy.
Bro,
he's too messy with it, Cams.
Something, man.
Cams, you like ballers, bro. Cams, remember your roots, bro. You like ballers, Cams, don't remember what you're like.
The best player in the world.
Don't remember what you like. Don't remember how you season your chicken. You like ballers, bro. Come on now.
I ain't calling him the best player in the world, but the guy, every time he plays, bro, he causes issues, man. He makes, for me, Chelsea always look a better team when he's in the side.
I agree with Cams. I agree with him. I can't work that guy out. I look at him and I think he's got pace, power, he can shoot, and he's so frustrating. I'm waiting for it to click, because if it clicks, then he's going to be some hell of a player. But I don't know. I don't know whether he needs coaching. I don't know whether they need to bring someone in just to fucking teach him. I don't know. He seems to have everything. It doesn't. And you know what? I'm not the only one that said it, though. People have said that.
Do you know what it is?
Before.
just needs to leave. Let's be
Needs to
real.
leave.
He needs to leave Chelsea. He's not had a good time at Chelsea. Timo Werner, I don't think he's a bad player, but he has been bad for Chelsea.
Toba, when you're speaking about Kante and that before and everything, right? Do you think, right, that the atmosphere at Chelsea isn't the best? Because I said it's not all rosy in the garden, and I think there's a lot of players there now that want to get out, and I think there was a lot that wanted to get out before this Roman news, but I think there's a lot of them now who are thinking this could be an excuse for us to get out, and I don't think it's all rosy in the garden. I don't know whether some of them don't like Tuchel, some of them do, some of them don't, but I don't think it's all rosy in the garden, for Chelsea at the minute.
I think for the most part, it looks like a harmonious camp to me, but obviously you got players who are going to be leaving in the summer on a free transfer, stuff like that.
Would you leave the European champions and the world champions to go to AC Milan or to go to somewhere else? Why would you want to leave? It's happy and harmonious. Why are you leaving the team that's the European champions? Why would you leave? You're building something with a new manager. Apparently Tuchel's not had his players in, not done his own team. It's not his team. Why do you want to leave the project when you've won the European Cup?
Yeah, but these players wouldn't be leaving for AC Milan. They'd be like Christensen and Rudiger's case, like they're being courted by Barcelona and Real Madrid. And we all know that they have
getting smashed off Eintracht Frankfurt.
They are, but we know that there are two teams in world football. The name carries weight.
No, but if you're a player now,
same reason Torres wanted to go to Barcelona. Why would Torres want to leave Man City to go to Barcelona?
Torres has been locked in an apartment in Manchester in lockdown for 2 years and not been allowed out of his house, and basically said, he just wanted to go back there, and we doubled, nearly trebled our money on him. So he didn't work out. He's gone. Everyone's happy.
At the end of the day, I'll explain it. Is that
round it up now in Chelsea?
I'll round it up now. But in terms of contracts, we're, for me, lowballing a lot of players that are probably going to say to themselves, well, listen, this team's been built off of defense. This team has won a Champions League based on our defense. Why are we getting paid 100? Why are we getting paid 120, 130, 140, and Timo Werner's picking up 270? This Timo Werner that had a great performance against Real Madrid, but has scored 9 Premier League goals since he signed for the football club. He's scored less goals than Jota has this season overall. So that's where the issue lies, is that Chelsea, they have a stupid wage structure and they have a stupid wage bill, and they're trying to calm that down and lowball some players that are not feeling like being lowballed. And they've been at the club for a while, and they're saying, listen, love and guidance, but we will leave. Do you know what I'm saying? We can go and do something different. It's not something where they don't love the manager or they don't respect the manager. It's impossible not to. The manager's won you a Champions League. He's put you above your station. He's put some of you at your peak performance that you've ever played at. And I think we saw that with the performance against Real Madrid. If they weren't playing for this manager would have been sacked by now, because that's literally the way Chelsea go. If you go into some bad form, it conveyor belts into more bad form. 5, 6, 7 games, you lose the dressing room and you're gone. That hasn't happened. So that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? If they end up going, we're also sanctioned right now. We can't even offer out new contracts right now. So we don't even have an owner. So these things come into it.
We're going to get into the super chats now, move on to the other two teams that have made it through in the Champions League and also play each other in the FA Cup. And we're touching on Chelsea's game against Palace as well in the FA Cup semi-final. Remember, people, we're sponsored by FM London. Show some love to FM London. There's 2 links in the description below. One 10% off boxers, one 10% off socks. Make sure you use those links there. Get yourself a nice discount. They're already cheap and affordable, and it's good quality too. So show some love to the sponsor. Links in the description below. And there's more content coming on the official Big Six channel, courtesy of them. Real soon. The top 6 central midfielders of the Premier League era will be dropping in the next week or so, let's say. In the next week. I haven't decided when, but I'm going to try to fit it in somewhere. Show some love to the official channel, the official sponsors, FM London, and the rest of the team here. Steve, Cams, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse. All channel links in the description below, as well as Thuggery's people. So show some love. And let's get into some super chats. Kante is fatigued, says Jiwa. Don't think it's a decline. How many games has he played injured for Chelsea? You let him down not bringing an adequate backup. It's sad, to be honest. Steve has to be the most... We've got a few of these from you too, Caliban. Steve has to be the most salty City fan alive. Pep also has 100 million Gucci Grealish, £1 billion spent in defenders, and still...
The Gremlins are rattled tonight, man. The Gremlins are rattled tonight. Don't be eating them chicken legs after midnight, boys. It should be...
Steve, brother, you really salty. It's okay. Let it go. And then I remember we have one more up here. I would be careful. You will look silly if 45-year-old Modric knocks you out. I've never seen Guardiola park the double-decker before.
You know how much has he spent there? Him about 20 quid.
And then Kai Havertz has more achievements than Tottenham Hotspurs. He's got that in as well. And we've got a few.
Ooh, good on him.
Big up Jashar. Big up Turkish and the panel. Cam's intro on the last show was fire. Come on. Classic moment. West Ham might win a trophy before Spurs. They might do.
Okay.
I'm looking at the semi-finalists, and it's a mad semi-final. It's two mad semi-finals. It's hard to predict. Look at this guy up there.
Frankfurt can beat him. It's fine.
You're just clinging on to anything as a Tottenham fan.
I am. But
I hope they win this competition. Just to see how you react to it.
Frankfurt can't beat them. Listen, there's 2 more rounds.
Hooked, I swear.
There's 2 more rounds before I get mudded. And
I swear Ndombele got hooked as well.
Okay, what's your point?
You got a lot to say on Kai Havertz. What about Ndombele?
I didn't have a lot to say on Kai Havertz.
I'm just saying, bro, your brother got hooked, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Hamza says that's probably the most annoying part. We had to be at 100% while Madrid were at 60%, both legs, letting individual brilliance carry them. Mo says up by 3 in the 80th minute. Please cook this man, Steve. Big up Mo, man. Big support of the show. Ash says good evening. Yeah, GRIZZ is gonna face Unai Emery a couple of times in the next it's in a couple of weeks, isn't it, Grizz? Nicholas says probably got the Rona. Thanks to you, man, for helping pass the quarantine time. Great banter and chat as always. Big up to you. Hopefully you're blessed, Nicholas. Get well soon. And love for the love, my guy. Love to see Steve, just to remind him that Chelsea has 2 trophies already and that City can end the season trophyless.
Well
Stop
done, lad.
trying
Well
to
done.
be little. Bitter Steve, why mad? Let the hurt go. Who's singing Champions of Europe? Why is singing Champions of Europe so deep? Doesn't everyone do it? Mad salt. And how can a man with a replica trophy bring heat? I got one back there as well, my man. So I don't know what you mean. When you do big things, you want to remember it. Steve's coming out with so much chest about Tuchel and Chelsea when Man City and Pep have been the biggest bottlers in the Champions League for 5 years.
Turkish, I'm earning you some crust here tonight. I'm earning you.
They're not lying. They're not lying, though. That's the
I'm
thing.
earning you some dough.
Man said I'm
not
earning you
telling
some
no
crust
lies.
here tonight.
Man said crust.
They're not telling no lies,
Will says, don't cry, Chelsea fans. The American owners are coming to ruin your club. You'll get a nice new stadium and 0 trophies.
I bet that was sent from a Tottenham fan or something really ironic like that.
Will,
I'm getting drunk over here, man. I don't know what you're saying, mate. Bank holiday weekend.
This is what happens when you're in no competition, no stress, no cares in the world, just drinking till next season. Just waiting for next season to start.
Drinking till next season.
Mate, this is my 5th pina colada.
Oh, it's Thursday. It's bank holiday. Yeah, okay, cool.
Bank holiday, man.
Fair enough.
Bank holiday, bro.
It must be nice.
If Tuchel didn't want the majority of the players, he would have sold a lot of my players and brought in substitutes. You live and you learn. We will see next season, says Up the Chelsea. And we got another one here. Steve knows the exact buttons to press to rattle Chelsea fans. It's actually true. As he was talking, the chat was flying off.
Steve's got buttons as well. We'll be pushing them. If you don't get past Real Madrid, I know I'll be pushing them buttons. Don't worry about
it. Wade says, if once we get rid of that skinny Xhaka Jorginho, we will be competing with the best again.
Wow. Third best player in the world. Damn.
He's literally achieved more than any Tottenham player over the last 2 decades.
You called him the third best player in the world.
All right, brother. You ain't nobody stepping on that podium for your man, them. You know what I'm saying? Focus.
And listen,
you literally called him the third best player in the world. You said he deserved to be.
He won it outright. What do you want me to do? Take it off of him?
You said he should be top 3, but yet a player like him's coming on and costing you.
He started declining after he won that. He started declining.
Make it make sense to me. Let's move on, Turkish. Let's move on. Let's not talk about Chelsea.
Yeah. And obviously we're going to move on to Man City or Liverpool. Both games, in my opinion, quality in their own ways. I watched the Man City game in the second half, and I'm glad I did, because that end to the game, I know there's a lot of criticism about it, but listen, that's what I grew up on, that type of atmosphere, mentality. No,
it was good, man. Obviously Madrid beat United last round. They came to the Etihad. They played that 5-5. They tried to set up to basically come back to Madrid, still in the tie. We managed to break through at the Etihad and score. So, listen, we knew it was going to be a tough week. On the back of that Liverpool game at weekend, where it was a great game, obviously, we knew we had to be careful with the team. I thought we looked a little bit tired, but then, do you know what? The atmosphere in that stadium, I don't know if anyone's ever been in that stadium, but it was quite impressive. You know what I mean? I didn't really know what to expect, but the atmosphere was quite impressive. But I mean, they're set up a different way. Talking to the Madrid fans before the game, and they were saying 0-0. The way he's setting us up at the minute, it's 0-0. He won't go for it. You've got players like João Felix and Griezmann who look absolutely frustrated to death. You know what I mean? Like in this system where they've got I don't know, there's a lot of fouling and all that. But you know what City did, right? Which Manchester City wasn't expected to do. They've looked at us and thought, right, Man City, they're a great side. They play great football. We'll get under the skin. We'll rattle them up a little bit. And we'll throw them off the stride and we'll beat them. We'll rough them up and we'll beat them.
It was a good test.
And a few years ago, we'd have lost that game. 100% we'd have lost that game because we weren't ready for that kind of warfare. I mean, it starts off at the beginning. Foden gets a headbutt to the back of the head. His head's bleeding. The guy didn't even get booked. So the ref stood over him. His head pissing in blood, strapping him up. Don't get booked. So then you know what kind of game it's going to be. But you know what? They dragged us down to their level and then we turned into them and thought, you know what, we'll play at your game. And they didn't like it, mate. They didn't like it. And you know what? I'm sat there in that ground. They was never going to score, man. They was never going to score. We was never in danger of scoring. But I tell you what, they'd have wiped the full 11 out if we'd have had another 10 minutes because they were just flying to everything.
I think there was moments at the end, Steve, where like Ake, like last minute block.
Yeah, but you know when you get a feeling in a game,
they definitely had opportunities to score. Steve,
yeah, but I'm talking about the feeling you get when you're watching the game, and you know, don't you, that against Liverpool on Sunday, I thought shit. Every time they got the ball, you think shit. With them, I just thought if they score, we'll score. If they score 2, we score 3. That's how I just felt. But the shithousery and the levels of it, and that Simeone comes out and around the pitch and starts clapping, getting all the fans going.
That was cold.
Yeah, but it's fine doing that. But it meant because at the end of the day, they're out. They're out. And Manchester City, Pep, I'm giving credit to Pep because we was looking a bit tired. Kyle Walker got injured. We had to bring Nathan Ake on, who played outstanding. And then we brought Fernandinho, the ultimate king of shithousery. Fernandinho. He thought, you know what? Get me on that pitch. First touch, he went down on the floor, got a free kick. You've got Jack Grealish calling people mad names on the touchline. There's an obsession in Madrid with Jack Grealish's hair. It's very unhealthy. For a bald man, I've never seen obsession with hair like that. I'd love Jack Grealish's hair because people just want to touch it. It's like Maradona, innit? Everyone wants to touch Maradona when he was alive. They all want to touch Grealish's hair. But you know what? I thought City dug in and I thought it was a proper old school battle. And I know what you're saying. The crowd was up and all that. But sometimes you got to win dirty and Man City just done the job. And I can't believe some of the press blaming City saying Manchester City. Well, their president said Man City put a wall up and played defensive. And that's them who came to our stadium but played 5-5, by the way. But listen, Kyle Walker's got a bad injury. Kevin De Bruyne pulled up. Foden's got a cut head. It was a truly mad battle, but we got through it and we're in the semi-final again. You know what I mean? Madrid's obviously not for everyone, is it? But it is definitely for us. And we're rolling into Real next time and we'll take care of them as well.
Mm-hmm. It's not for everyone. We went to their stadium and beat them last year, but it is what it is. Listen, if it was a better team, they would have beat you on the night because Atletico Madrid, their passing in midfield was so bad. Koke, all these players, Carrera when he came on, that Lodi guy on the left-hand side, Griezmann had a stinker. The amount of opportunity they had to create real clear-cut opportunities and real chances, and they had no composure, they had no technique, they had no ability on the ball. They were just offering the most bog-standard, like mid-table side shit. Like, just
did you see how bad Mahrez was yesterday? Mahrez's first touch yesterday was awful. He skinned a couple of players, but he was out of position a load of times. He just looked leggy. Rodri kept giving the ball away all the time, and at the end of the day, they were putting pressure on themselves. But at the end of the day, when people say in the chat, "Oh, Steve, they was never going to score," I was there, mate. I go off football with my eyes. I'm telling you now, you feel it you feel it. If you're under pressure, you think, "Fucking hell, we're under the cosh." Never felt threatened. Never felt threatened.
I think like we spoke about Tommy Tuchel getting a lot of flowers for the way he played. I think Simeone, I would never want him at my club.
Turkish likes him. Turkish likes him. I think I
love him.
It's up there.
No, what I'm saying, I'm about to praise him though. That's the thing. So, but I don't like it. I don't like his style of football. I think he's very, very negative, but that's his style and that's how it is. You don't you either you do what he says. End of story. And I think over the 2 legs, he was very close to being a master tactician because his game plan was to keep it tight, to stay in the tie up to the 75th minute of the second leg at home. That was his aim of the game, not to be out of the tie. And come 75th minute, I know Steve was there and Steve was comfortable. But even me, who normally says, City are going to stuff them, I thought Atletico had a whisker of a chance, a sniff of a chance. And that was his whole game plan over the...
Chris, if they'd have scored, it'd gone to extra time. They had 10 men.
No, I get that. I get that.
I was that comfortable. I thought you can score if you want because
the 10 men obviously would have. You obviously would have scored. I agree with you. You probably
hit the post. Gundogan went through past the keeper. Didn't quite have enough legs on it. At the end of the day, we dropped deep and started knocking the ball about and keeping it so they couldn't have it. We just
his game plan.
Them up.
But I'm talking about his game plan. There was no other way he was going to be in the tie in the 70th minute of the second
some
leg.
Of their fans in the town after that game, some of their fans don't like him, mate. So all that clapping around the crowd, some of them were saying he's boring. They played Mallorca at weekend, had 1 shot, got beat. They played City at the Etihad and had no shots. Last night they had to come out. They're at the home stadium in front of all them fans. They had to do something. And if that's the best they've got, and they dragged us into a war, and we were that patched up from weekend, they're not that good, mate. They're not that good. And at the end of the day, we got through it playing ugly and we had to do what we do to win. Fernandinho came on, got the free kicks, rolled around a bit. Foden rolled around. Who bound them up? How can they claim to be this team that wind everyone up? And we absolutely rattled the whole fucking Madrid last night. They were fighting in the tunnel. They were playing with Grealish's hair. Foden's mum was ballooning in the stands. It was going off everywhere because City just rattled them up.
You were going to jump in.
I was too high up, mate. If I'd have got down there, I'd have had it. No problem.
I'd have had it. Big Steven Simeone in the centre.
But do you know what, though? From a footballing point of view, because City go to a lot of games and we play this pretty football and all that, and sometimes you do get carried away, and it's great to watch. But do you know when the chips are down and you get dragged in the trenches, you doubt your team whether they can do it. But coming out of that game last night, Man City can do that. So if any team wants to drag us in the trenches like they did, because they're the best at it, they can wind you up. And I thought we did well, and we got through it.
What I agree with,
and we got the result. And that's in the Champions League. You can lose like that. I've seen good teams over the years, better footballing teams, go out when they've lost the head. Remember teams like United going to Galatasaray and it was all heated and things, and it takes you right off your game. And that could have took us off our game last night. But listen, we're carrying a few knocks, but we got through it. And I've just booked my trip to Madrid, the Bernabeu, and I've landed 2 hours ago, and I'm going back there in 3 weeks. I'm living the dream, man. I'm living the dream.
100%, I agree with Steve when he says that in seasons gone past they would have got knocked out last night.
Yeah,
but it's a maturity, and you get that the more you play in the Champions League, and that's why I've said. But that's why I've also said if they don't win it, it's a lot of work for Pep because he has to win the Champions League. That was another sign of maturity. I get it. I agree. It was.
I know, Chris, but you know, at the end of the day, we can't all get Villarreal, Benfica, and Inter in the draw, man. You know what I mean? If we get that side of the draw.
Good point. Very good point. Very good point.
It's a
very good point.
How's a good point when Villarreal have knocked out Juve and Bayern? How's a good point?
They also got beat off Man United as well. They also got beat off Man United as well.
Chris, you would rather play Villarreal than Real Madrid.
I can't answer, innit? Is it Liverpool's turn now? So let's go to Liverpool.
Yeah, it's Liverpool's turn.
Yeah, so let's go to Liverpool now. So you can go on mute. Yeah. So Villarreal.
Don't get rattled already. Don't get rattled already.
So Villarreal are absolutely the team I would have wanted in the semi-finals. Let's get that out of the way. Absolutely. If you offered me Villarreal in the semi-finals at the start of the season, I would have said, yeah, bro, slap that. Yeah, I'm saying that, right? Yeah. But this Villarreal team, if you've watched European football much or followed Unai Emery's career, he's a top elite European coach. Man's won how many Europa Leagues in a row? And then not only that,
this guy trying to justify Villarreal to me, man. You sent me a message the other night. I've got it on my WhatsApp saying,
GRIZZ,
I'm in Paris. I will see you in Paris. I've got the note. You said that to me.
I agree. I agree with that.
GRIZZ, we don't want to hit GRIZZ. I'll defend you. GRIZZ,
Steve, I agree with that.
I defend you. These excuses are already coming. Do you hear it? oh, we had the harder side of the draw. We had more. No, we
No,
don't want to hear that.
no, they're
We
not.
don't want to
that's
hear any
nonsense.
of that.
That's nonsense, bro.
I don't want to hear any of that.
Grizz is
No,
trying
no,
to
because
talk
no,
about
because I
Villarreal.
was just
No,
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 I'm just trying to talk about Villarreal, but you would.
Toby,
Grizz,
Toby,
if you had the option of- if you had the option of-
Toby.
sorry.
I
If
was
you had
just
the option,
told.
no, no,
I
wait,
was just told
Matisse,
that
wait,
we
wait,
lost to
Matisse,
45,
Matisse,
45-year-old
one sec. Listen,
no
Villarreal have done big things in the Champions League this season, and Emery is not a bad coach at all. I've always stood by that.
He's not a bad coach at all. Is that what you're saying about Emery
No,
right
bro.
now?
Because Arsenal.
Is that how you're going to phrase it?
No, relax and let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Because some Arsenal fans think he's crap for what he did at Arsenal. But people need to realize that in some jobs you do perform badly. And Emery performed badly, but it should not be a stain on his whole career. He's a good coach. Not an elite coach, a good coach. But you cannot do this now. You can't spin the narrative and try and big up Villarreal. You would rather play Villarreal than Real Madrid. You'd rather play Villarreal than Man City. Don't try it, Grizz. Do not try it. Because if you
try it, Grizz, try it. I'm on your hand. I'm big Grizz, you try this, bro.
And I both know, Grizz.
Okay,
you and I both know, Grizz,
if you
that
want
you
to-
are expecting Liverpool to win this.
I've got the
time.
receipts.
To win
I've got
at
the
home
receipts.
and to win away from home. So
Okay.
don't try and do this.
Toby.
Oh yeah, they're a different team now. Oh, stop it! I'm not having it.
Brother,
I'm
if you
not
want to
having
win the
it.
Champions
No,
League, you
Any
face
pina
whatever.
coladas,
Take
any
one
It's
whatever.
not happening. It's not happening. It's like when Arsenal. It's like when Arsenal. It's like when
Joe is
Arsenal.
waved. He's waved.
No, I am waved. It's like when Arsenal had
That's what I'm
Villarreal
saying.
back in 2006. Back in 2006.
I haven't even
after
spoken
they-
Turkish. By the way, I
after
haven't
they
spoken
beat
about
Juventus,
Liverpool yet.
after they beat
Brothers are
Juventus,
rattled.
and after they beat
Right.
Real
I
Madrid.
haven't even said anything yet.
So after they beat Juventus and after they beat Real Madrid, so they did the hard work. So when they got Villarreal in the semis, listen, that was a better Villarreal. Bear in mind, that was a better Villarreal team than this team. That was a better Villarreal team. Than
Can I
this
talk
team.
now? Can I
Yeah?
talk? Because Liverpool
They
section.
still had.
Is there a Champions League
favorable
Spurs
time.
section? Are we going
No,
to?
there's not. You see what I'm saying? There's not.
Why are
There's
you
not.
taking over everyone's Champions League spots situations, man? Relax in it.
No. Because I saw what you're trying to do. I saw what you're trying to do, and I had to
That's
snuff
what
it.
I saw what
real
you're trying
quick.
to do as well.
No,
Okay,
because
okay.
no,
I know what
because
you're trying to
no,
do.
no, there's nothing
Okay.
he's trying to do. Because as far as
Okay.
we just no, hold on.
Stop it.
Because
You
as far
are
as we just heard,
Liverpool are heavy.
Toby,
heavy favourites.
Toby, as far as we just heard, this Real Madrid team is overrated. They have pensioners in midfield. There's
Never
absolutely
said
no
that.
excuse.
Never
There's
said
no,
that.
no, I'm not talking
Never
about you,
said
Toby.
that.
That's not what you said.
Never said that.
As far as we're concerned, this Real Madrid
Never said
team is
that.
not
You're
as good
talking
as it
shit
previously
again.
was. So therefore, both of these
You're
English teams should be making the final, and there should be absolutely no complaints. I want
You're
to hear
out of
you
this
have the easier
competition.
side of
Do
the
not
draw. We have
speak
the
about it
harder side.
anymore. You're
No one
finished now.
cares. No one
You're
cares. Both
Out.
of you should be in the final.
Out.
There's no excuses for either of you. Just both of you get to the final
Okay.
and do your thing. That's
Turkish,
it.
you need to bring some order here, man. I'm trying to speak about my club. That's that's about to reach.
No, you're
I'm just
you're a
trying to say-
side dog.
Pep
You're
doesn't
a
win
side
it as
dog.
bad.
when you
Jurgen
got a
Klopp's got
man-
the really tough draw with Villarreal on the other side.
I'm
That's
the-
basically what
oh,
I'm trying to say.
Back in pina colada like this on a show, yeah. You can't control. How are you going to control it? It's difficult, bro.
I didn't say that.
I might need to bring in a no drinking policy into the show. We might need to
Fuck your
discuss
no
this.
drinking policy, yeah?
Look at this. He's on his self pina colada.
Grizz, it's
All
your
I
time.
said, all I said was Unai Emery, and man went off. Man went off. He heard Unai Emery. Man went off.
Fucking necking him.
Go on, Grizz, it's your time.
I said to Steve, see you in Paris. And I was confident, and I still am confident. If you offered me Villarreal at the start of the season, said you're going to play in the semi-final, I would have snatched your hand off without a shadow of a doubt. What I was just responding in light-hearted tone with Steve before you came in, and I don't know what you've done. I don't know what you've done.
These people in the chat are so slow.
I don't even know what they're saying. I don't read
Bro,
the chat.
they're like, oh, Matisse, you lost to that team. I know, I respect them.
But the point being, look, cut a long story short. The point being is this Villarreal team is the perfect draw for us, I believe. Hopefully, we will go through. But they've knocked some big boys out, including Bayern Munich, Juventus, and Bayern Munich. And we've done our fair share of hard work in our group as well. Group of Death, it was called. But listen, at the end of the day, we were through from the first leg. Yesterday, we made 7 changes. After the City game, we had to make 7 changes because City really, really tested our fitness and everything. And not only just fitness levels, but mental levels. The mental alertness needed to play in that City game. Me and Steve have spoken to death about it, but it's true. The mental alertness that you needed is next level, and you get tired. We made 7-8 changes, only 3 of the same players that played on the same pitch. Of course, the goalkeeper as well. So it was going to be a bit of a relaxing match, man, entertainment, and that's how it turned out. The kid Darwin Núñez is growing on me for Benfica. He looks like a baller. He looks like in a line of Uruguayan strikers with heart, passion, movement. You know them ones, Suarez, Cavani, them ones. You know, keeps moving. And he's physical. He don't look physical, but he was up for it. Konate is a beast, you know. I know you don't know Konate is a beast, but he didn't shy away from him. He was like, because Konate shoved him a few times, but he was coming back for more. And that's when you know he's up for it, when he's not shying away from it. Even though he was getting beat physically, he was like still up for it. So I think that kid's got a good future. I didn't rate him that highly, but he's grown on me. And yeah, man, semi-finals, here we come. This could be the most glorious month of our season or of our lifetimes, or it could be the most heartbreaking. But that's the perils in it. That's what you're working with, small margins, man. This could be a mental end to the season. This could be a heartbreaking. I could be sitting here doing mad celebrations every show, or I could be sitting here crying with my camera off. You know what I mean? Possibly drinking. Nah, I'm not gonna go that deep.
I think
it could end that way. So, but I'm happy to be here. In April the 14th, right now, we're in every competition and played every game that we were asked to by every competition. And that's all you can ask for as a fan.
I think, yeah, with this, you know, I think it's going to be a Liverpool City final, first of all.
I think so too.
It's going to be a Liverpool City final. But considering that you guys are in the title race, in the semi-finals, the FA Cup, and the final, this could be like imagine if one team wins all of it. This could be like the end of the rivalry. Do you know what I mean? You know that Vegeta versus Goku, they finally have the fight. Who's the better one? You know what I mean? Like, that is how I see it. Like, imagine if City win, let's say, for example, win the 3 games or whatever, the semi-final and the final, and they win the Premier League. It's like the end of it, like to the end of this rivalry. So this whole thing is so interesting for me to see this happen. And before, I was kind of against it. I was like, City Liverpool final. Yeah, I'm a United fan. Yeah, I don't want to whatever. But for me, I don't mind seeing it, man. You want to see these two. And the reason why I say that is because Liverpool and City games are actually lit. They're actually good games. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't mind seeing that final. And Steve, I don't think you gave credit to John Stones though, man.
Stones, listen, Stones is doing really well at the minute, but I don't have to big Stonesy up. Listen, I watch him every week. I know what he's about. People have their own opinions on Stones, but John Stones is a great defender. He's calm, he's cool on the ball. Every time he comes in, he does a job. The City fans yesterday sang his name literally for just non-stop, mate, because we appreciate it. He's come in on the back of Diaz being injured. Diaz is now fit. And listen, Stones is just Stones. I think he's knuckled down off the pitch as well. I think when we've signed him, he was a bit, his personal life was a bit all over. I think it was documented in the press. And now he just looks a great player. He's got to play for England and that. And listen, we all knew it was in there, you know, years ago when he burst on the scene. Chelsea wanted him, Mourinho wanted him. There's a lot of teams wanted him and that. And no, he's great, man. And Nathan Ake as well last night came in at left back. And like you say, people slag Ake off. He shouldn't belong in that team, and he's not a Man City player. But I tell you what, every time he's been called upon, Ake, he's done the job. And like you say, this is part of the season now where it's getting a bit rough, injuries, tiredness, things like that. These are the players you got to count on, man.
You know, in this run though, Steve, with Pep in this run, like, okay, forget it. FA Cup, if you guys lose to Liverpool, fair enough, whatever. But you go on to win the league, that's cool. But if you guys get Liverpool, for example, in the final and lose, bro, I mean, the pressure on Pep at the moment, of course, there's not pressure to get sacked or anything, but the outside perception is you've got to win this Champions League. To lose against Liverpool potentially in the final, I think that's just going to be... so losing to Chelsea and Liverpool in the final, I think that could be a massive black mark on his name. What do you think? Because
100%.
Liverpool are the underdogs in a way because they've won it before.
No. We always get told that they're European royalty, and this, that, and the other. They've got the experience. So Manchester City, apparently to everyone else, have never won this competition. We've got no European pedigree. We're a small team. At the end of the day, we won't be going in as the favourites. We won't. But if we lose against
you're the
Liverpool in
favourites,
the
Steve.
final,
Oh, you're the big team, no? You're the best
You're the
team.
favourites, man.
no, hold on a minute.
Definitely
No,
the favourites.
no. Are we a big team? Are we a big team
You're
or
the
are we
best
not?
team in the world, but you haven't won the
Are we a
Champions
big
League.
team
That's
or
what
are we
it
not?
is. You're the best
Are we a
team in
big
the
team
world.
or are we not?
Everybody says
Hey,
it. Everybody says
you're
it. the best
champions
team
of
in
the world and you're not even in it anymore. So you
Yeah,
pipe
but
down.
don't worry about us. We're talking about the big
No,
dogs.
I'm not
now.
worrying about
You're
you.
the
I'm
best
not.
team in the
This is
world.
deep to talk to the big dogs here. We're talking about Champions League. You're not
Yeah,
in it
but
anymore.
I don't
So
like the
sit
way you're
down there
trying to
and wait there
bring
a minute.
you're bringing your team down now when you said
No.
you're favourites to
I'm
win
just
it. I
saying,
don't
what
get
is it? 1 week we're Manchester City, we know European pedigree, and it suits everybody to say
that
that.
is true.
And then if
That's
we
true.
get to a final,
Yeah.
all of a sudden we're the favourites. No, I'm just saying
You
we're
have to
not.
be the
At the end of the
favourites.
day,
You're the favourites
no.
to win it.
Liverpool have won it 6 times. They've got over the line. They know how to win it. We don't know how to win it. So at the end of the day, Liverpool are favourites.
Yeah,
so
but you
answer
got
Cam's
Pep, though.
question.
You got
But
Pep,
it don't matter. It don't matter. Pep apparently drops the bag and
Yeah, but
he bottles it.
Steve, if we went by the bookies, if we went by what the bookies are saying, you're actually
Listen,
the bookies' favorite.
you're
Don't
actually
go by
the
what the
favourite.
bookies say. I go by what I say. And at the end of the day, which is it? Are we either this team that bottle it and we don't know how to win European finals, or are we the favourites? So at the
You're
end of
under
the
pressure.
day,
You're the
we
favourites.
will never ever get a better chance of winning the Champions League against them last season, right? We dropped the bag, right? We dropped the bag. We should have won that, hands down. I'll admit that. This season, we get to a final. To answer Cam's question, if we lose the Champions League final to Liverpool, yes, of course it will be a black mark on his name. To get to 2 Champions League finals and not win one of them, of course it's going to be a black mark on his name. But at the end of the day, we're not there yet. We're not overlooking Real Madrid. If we get to Paris, we'll take it on the chin. And if we beat Liverpool, it can also go the other way. If he goes all the way to the final and beats this Liverpool team in the Champions League final in Paris, then there can be no question then on Pep Guardiola's time at Manchester City, he'd just be the greatest. Innit?
Not only that, they'll be calling him the greatest manager ever, potentially. Do you know what I mean?
He will know that. He will know that.
The pressure's high, but if Klopp wins, whoa.
So if Villarreal,
Can I say something?
knock Liverpool
Can I
out
say
and
something?
in the final, then we're wrapping it up.
Can I say something? I think both of you are looking at too black and white. Why does it have to be so black and white? If one wins, he's the greatest manager ever. If one wins, nah, man, I think it's 2 great teams. And when you've got 2 great teams, anything can happen. How can you call it? I wouldn't call us favourites going into City. And I think City wouldn't call it, but I'll be confident and they'd be confident. It's 2 fantastic teams. It's not black and white always, man. Oh, you win it, that's it. You don't win it. Come on, man. It's not like that. How can you have the title race that you just seen? The Champions League potentially final that you're about to see, and a semi-final, and say it's black and white as though whoever wins the Champions League final is going to be talked on and the other ones are going to be cussed. Nah, you ain't cussing Man City or Liverpool. Whoever loses, you ain't cussing that team.
We get cussed because we haven't won that Champions League.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I get that.
Right, but I'm not being funny. Some of the things Pep's done in this league are outstanding. The things he's done, the way he's done it is outstanding. But you get all these non-footballing lunatics, will always judge Man City on a Champions League. Now, you look at this Champions League now, Look at the competition now, And you telling me that these Champions Leagues now are what they used to be? You look at the teams where they get into. These teams like Villarreal, Benfica, and all that.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Premier League, You look at the Premier League. You look at the results you're getting in the Premier League now, and tell me that Premier League is not the best in the world.
You're a funny guy, Cam.
We can't. We're not going to disrespect the champs now. Seriously, right?
You're a funny guy, Cam.
Champs. God damn. What's going on here?
Wait, let me see here. Let me save these super chats. I'm gonna go around. It's a difficult question. It's probably off the top of your head because you guys might not have thought about it already. 3 questions, I'm going to go around quickly. Steve, Cams, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, and then we're going to do it 3 times, Who's winning the league, Steve? City. Cams?
City.
GRIZZ?
City.
Something else.
Yeah, no.
GRIZZ is something else.
I'm publishing this on the Instagram as well. So.
City.
Matisse?
Yeah, I would say City now after that result last week.
City. I'm saying City after that result as well. Steve, Champions League.
City.
Cams.
Liverpool. They've been my favourites all season, mate.
GRIZZ.
But
Liverpool.
Wait. What's this? What do you mean, but?
No. Liverpool.
GRIZZ.
Liverpool.
TOBS.
City. I think Pep's gonna get done, man. I think he's gonna get it done this season.
Matisse.
Fuck, that's tough, man.
I'll help you, not Chelsea.
Brother, do you know what? Does he know who he supports? He doesn't know, does he? He just out here on the pina colada. He don't even know what's going on. He doesn't know him and Abby as well. They don't know who they support.
They don't realize.
They don't know what it is. Mad confusing. How
Glass
they come
house
like
throwing bare rocks.
It's the reaction that I wanted.
do
It's
it.
the reaction that I wanted. It's the reaction that I wanted.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go Real Madrid. Someone's got to put some respect on that name.
Real Madrid, yeah, cool. I think Man City, similar to TOBS, I think it seems inevitable that he's going to win it, you know. So I think it's, even though Liverpool have that heritage, and we've seen what heritage does in the Champions League before. So, but I'm going Man City. FA Cup, Steve.
Crystal Palace.
I love it.
Chelsea.
What?
Chelsea. GRIZZ.
Liverpool.
TOBS.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. So no one predicts a treble or a quadruple or anything like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got to back Chelsea to do this, surely. Bloody
Chelsea.
Listen,
And I'm going...
Chelsea are the ones that they eat, you know, while Liverpool and City, you know, are doing their thing. Chelsea just nibble away at a few trophies. Trust me. They're hearing all this treble and quadruple. They're going to nibble at the FA Cup. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I was going to say that, but I thought, fuck it.
They're all in. They're all in. I'll put that on Instagram. I'm going Liverpool for FA Cup. I'll put that on Instagram to remind people that are watching, and obviously to everyone that hasn't watched, they'll see it after. Let's get some super chats in, people. Where are we? Didn't win it with Bayern and hasn't won it with City. To be honest, he's bottled it for years. I think that's off the back of that earlier conversation. Blue Moon in the building. We stood up to Atletico. Stonesy, Fernandinho, and Ake came on and were immense. We took out the champions of Spain. It was shithousery of a match. Road to Paris. Unai Emery is in the Champions League semi with Capoue, Lo Celso, Aurier, and Foyt, and Coquelin, and there's others in there as well. That's remarkable. Raul Albiol's still there as well, isn't it? Yeah, he is. And Villarreal are so well set up tactically. This is boring. I just want Cam to diss Salah. I think it's a day off on that one.
Hey, relax. Relax.
Will said, if City don't win the Champions League this year, we just sign Haaland and go again next year. Every time you fill your car up, my club gets richer. Imagine TOBS. Man like Toby's waved. My fellow Niger brother. Enjoy your pina colada, my friend. Big up the panel. Hopefully Ten Hag does a madness at my club. Toby, we need to determine if you're sober or not. Answer. I swear the serious club. Do you have an Audi discount after the Audi Cup win?
Shut up, man.
Not even thanks for the super chat. That's what 5 pina coladas done.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up, man.
Rattled.
As long as City and Liverpool, quote, move in silence, it's all good. Steve, you can be favourites to win because you have the best team while not having European pedigree. I think the heat's getting to your head. And
you know what? To be honest, I had factor 50 on my bonds, but it's burnt, man. Hey, do you know what? I've got to say something, yeah? The amount of Big Six fans, Chelsea fans that I met in Madrid is unbelievable. Unbelievable. These Chelsea fans, mate, I thought I was getting done in. And they was like, Big Steve, we love you, fan. But they really do not like the gremlin jibe. They told me don't call us gremlins, and then one guy got very upset because he had them chino shorts on. Did you see it on my story?
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. The chinos are right. It was raining as well.
Listen. What I've got to say is the ultimate banter happened. I've seen it on some Chelsea things. The whole bar, Chelsea bar, started singing to me. Oh, Michael Van Gerwen.
No way.
Right. So I got on the table. I was pretending to play.
That's quality.
I was pretending to play darts, and then both bars started going. It was all love, man. It was all love, man. Until Chelsea tried to bring that flag near us that said champions of Europe, and then it went off, and the police battered everyone.
Love to see it. Thank you, GRIZZ. Says Mike, talk black and white on the league. You can't talk black and white in a cup competition. And Mo says, if not this year, next year with Haaland, no excuses. we've got all of them predictions in there, but we got to do predictions for the league. I nearly forgot. Imagine. Start with you, Tobes. Tottenham, Brighton. Obviously, give us a bit on it, but there's not really much to say in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what I need to say is, don't do an Arsenal. Take it seriously. take it seriously. Don't play no funky lineups. Don't put Højbjerg at left back. Don't underestimate Brighton and play to your full capacity, and hopefully we can get a result. So that's my analysis on the game. My prediction, I think Spurs are going to win this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. I am apprehensive about their midfield, though, because, I mean, Mwepu ran rings around you lot last weekend. Basuma is Basuma. He killed us in the FA Cup in the second half. And that Saicedo guy, I've not really watched a lot of him, but he did well. So I think Brighton, with Webster back into the team as well, who had a torrid time when he played against us in the FA Cup, I think there'll be a different proposition to the team we played a couple of weeks back, and we just need to take it seriously. I think every single game now, we can't have this whole Spurs got the favourable run and we beat you twice, so we're just going to stroll. Like, nah, if we have that mentality, that's what's going to kill us. And I think we just need to take every single game as if like it's the penultimate game, or it's the game that's the deciding factor, and hopefully we can get over the line. Kane's not scored in 3, but he's got a pretty decent record against Brighton, so I'm hoping he breaks his duck. So I'm hoping for a 3-1.
You talked a bit too much there, though, Tobes fam. I can't lie.
You didn't talk enough about you losing.
I didn't want to hear that much, my bro. But it is what it is. 3-1.
Talk about you playing them, innit?
We're playing this weekend, innit, Matisse?
Yeah, talk about you playing them.
Crunch time in the predictions league now. Hope everybody's locked and loaded. Grizz, you're falling away down there, you know. Pay attention. I'm gonna go.
I got cup semi-finals and Champions League.
Okay, you're not interested no more.
Big things, I got big things going in. You know what I mean?
Listen, you might have the hot sauce to deal with too at the end of the season. I know. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 Tottenham win.
3-0 clean sheet. I've gone with 3-1. Steve,
is it at Tottenham?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs.
2-0. Saeed's gone for 3-1 as well. Cams?
3-0. 3-0 Spurs. Brighton are going to be on a high because they beat Arsenal. They're vibing. Conte, you're just going to shut that down real quick.
Conte!
Don't get him started, for fuck's sake.
Cams,
my guy.
Cams, are you going to put that shirt on? Cams, you going to put that shirt on you've got there or what?
Hey, don't worry about us. Just know,
He supports the team every week. But everyone got his own.
This is why I asked him last week. People, I'm trolling, I'm taking the piss. This is why I asked the brother, who do you support?
He doesn't support.
Who is your team?
I can't accept gifts He's a lover of football. Friends.
He's a lover of football.
They're just gifts, man.
That's from Anton Ferdinand, isn't it?
Don't worry.
I know you live a different life off of this big six. I know.
The maths is very much
with different people. I see you, my bro.
I know who it is. I've spoken to Fuad. I know who it is. I know who it is. I don't know. I know who it is.
They're trying to convert him. Okay.
Right.
Go on, Grizz.
2-0.
2-0 as well, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Next up, United, Norwich. Cam's a bit about United. And yeah, into the Norwich.
I mean, everything that's going on off the pitch is the only thing that's really popping at the moment. You know, they're talking about Ten Hag coming in. That's, for me, that's a big appointment in terms of I've been tired of United DNA. I've been tired of this. Listen, if I say what I really want to say about this City-Liverpool title race in terms of what I actually want to happen, United fans will cancel me. So I'm not even going to say what I want to say. But I'm tired of all this tradition talk, history, all this rubbish of Man United. I just want it to be forgotten about. Getting a new manager who's not even gonna care about all of that. You know what I mean? He's gonna come in and have his own way, his own philosophy, not trying to imitate Fergie or what kind of philosophy is last minute comebacks? That's not a philosophy, bruv. You know what I mean? That's just waffle. So I want a manager that's gonna come in and actually try go toe to toe with a Klopp in terms of like in a match. Try go toe to toe with City in a match. Try go toe to toe with Conte, whatever. I think that's the type of guy he is. But it's all about the recruitment, man. The recruitment is massive, and United have got to sort out what's going on upstairs. They're linked with Nunes, they're linked with all these type of players, but let's see. As long as it's the players that he wants, no more, you know, marketability or no more, you know, just getting guys in and putting them, shoehorning them anywhere. United have got to get recruitment right, because that's what Pep gets right. That's what Klopp get right. They don't get the recruitment wrong, hardly ever. It's like 9 out of 10 they get right. So that's where it's got to be, and get rid of the deadwood as well. But I'd say, who United might have played? Norwich.
Norwich at home.
It's going to be filled with green and yellow in next game.
They're doing a protest. They've chosen the Norwich game because it might look that there's like loads of people there, but half of them are probably Norwich fans just walking past. So they're clever. Saeed's not getting involved though, because last time Saeed got involved, only 6 people turned up and 4 of them just walked past out the souvenir shop.
Listen, the Glazers are not going to, they're going to just think it's the Norwich fans. They're not going to know what's going on.
Exactly. It's a joke, man. It's a laughing stock. Every fucking club in the league's laughing the bollocks off at them.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a bit of a weird time, because I saw the protest thing. I saw it say, let's not make it like what happened at Liverpool. That was a one-off situation. So this protest is interesting to me. I mean, protesting, going into the ground or after 17 minutes against the team that are getting relegated. I mean, wow. Yeah, I mean, what a protest. But listen, if these guys want to do it, they want to do it. But good luck to them. But I think United, if they lose at Old Trafford to Norwich, then maybe Ten Hag should review that contract, you know what I mean, and not even turn up. So I'm going to have to go United. I don't even trust United to get a clean sheet. So I'm going to go United 3-1.
3-1. Saeed's gone for 2-0 United. Grizz?
3-0.
3-0. Tobes?
Norwich should have beaten them at Carrow Road, so I don't know. Surely United can't lose this one. I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1 as well. Matisse?
In fact, 2-1.
2-1. Cool. 2-1. Matisse?
I was going to go 2-1 as well, Man United, yeah.
2-1, yeah. Cool. I'm going 3-1 United. Steve?
I'm going to go 3-0 United.
3-0 United. That's all the predictions in. I did say Saeed went 2-0 United. And people, make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already. Show some love to the sponsor. 10% off socks and boxers. 2 links in the description below. Use those links. Add the 10% whilst you're going through checkout. Show some love to the sponsor, obviously supporting us to allow us to extend this Big Six show to the official channel. If you're not subscribed to the official channel, go subscribe now. We're close to 13k. And obviously the top 6 central midfielders of the Premier League era will be coming out soon. So make sure you're there, notification bell on all of that. Likewise with Steve, Cam's, Grizz, Tobes, and Matisse's channels. Subscribe, put the notification bell on. Do all of that, people. Support the man them. Like, it's a community here. So make sure you guys show some love all around. THUGGEry too. Show some love. And on Arsenal, I ain't got much to say, man. I'm just predicting 1-1 and we move on to Steve.
Who's Arsenal playing? Who's Arsenal playing?
Southampton away.
Southampton away. 1-1.
1-1 as well. Saeed's gone 2-0 Arsenal. Cams?
I'm going 2-1 Southampton.
Wow.
I think they're just gonna try and bat. I think Arsenal are that team, man. Like, they just get smacked by Chelsea and they're gonna say, do you know what? Let's just go and perform against Arsenal. Trust me. 2-1.
I see already. Timur, I know you're a big supporter of the show and you're saying, nah, not 1-1. But bro, against Palace, I remember I predicted 1-1 and on the Instagram. You're probably watching now, whoever done it and whoever liked it too. They was like, why does Turkish never back the team and this and that? And then we went and lost that game 3-0. Like, you have to understand why I'm hesitant with like getting my chest out and being confident. You know, we just lost to Brighton at at home. This is Southampton away, a wounded animal as well. So, yeah, I'm a bit worried about it, but we'll see. Grizz.
Yeah, that wounded animal factor is going to play. I'm not going to lie. And plus your injury situations, you ain't recovering from this, man. You ain't recovering from this. 2-1 Southampton.
Jeez.
1 Southampton.
Grizz, we saying we're in sync, yeah?
Nah, did you say 2-1 as well?
Yeah.
Number plans.
Hey, I want to change United one. 2-1 to United. United scoring 3 goals. Don't joke with that one, man.
Yeah, you know what? I went a bit long on that as well.
The futsal man and the football man agree on something.
Yeah.
TOBS.
I think Arsenal are going to win this, man. I think people are.
Oh, shut up, man! You don't.
No,
mean
I
that.
actually do. No. Big man thing. I actually do. I'm not like no bullshit. I think they're going to win this game. I think they'll win it 2-1. Everyone's expecting them to just bow out. Like, nah, man.
No, my heart says.
I think Arsenal will win this.
My heart says
I would love
2-1.
Southampton to win, though. I would love Southampton to win.
Of course
please.
you would. You don't need to tell us what you'd love. Of course, we know what the fuck you'd love to happen. We know that. Matisse.
Who's injured? Sorry, what's going on? Why is everybody bugging out?
Oh, bro, Lacazette's not trained, so Eddie and Nketiah might be starting. Or it might
Oh
be...
shit!
That boosts your chance of winning, mate.
I didn't say it in a negative manner, mate. So
Is Saka still there? Yeah, Saka, Smith, and Martinelli. Everybody good?
Yeah, they're all good.
That song, yeah, is that song still there? Is that what you're saying,
Yeah.
Matisse? That song.
It's like the Euros. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Listen, there's no party. There's no party, of course, is there? Listen, I still feel like Arsenal can get this done. I agree with Toby. Actually, I don't.
Used to are snakes of the highest.
Nah, it's just
You guys,
you know what it is. You know
This
what
is
it
not
is.
the game I'm expecting.
You don't rate Arteta like we do. Do you know what I'm saying? We know Arteta is Mikel. He's going to respond. He's going to bounce back. You've got
I'm
the
just
bigger
keeping
the
quiet.
step.
Me and Steve know.
He's got the
Used to are
chutzpah to him.
snakes.
You
Used
two
to are
there,
snakes.
yeah. Arteta's lawyers and whatnot, not even backing the brother to beat Southampton. Could never be me. 2-0 Arsenal win.
Yes,
2-0, yeah.
Arsenal, Arteta's army. Yeah, let's go.
2-0.
I told you they don't rate your team, guys, in the comments, but you don't listen to me. They don't rate you.
That's all the predictions in.
In fact, I think I may deserve a bonus point for calling Arsenal to finish in the top 6 because that's what I said.
Answer the bonus. When you're at the bottom of the table, Grizz, you start
So
looking
can you,
for bonus points, don't you, my guy?
can you hit me
They
with some
don't
bonus
rate
points,
you.
brother? Can you hit me with some bonus points?
They don't
Bro,
rate
in
you, guys.
January, you said to
I
me,
was the
you are where
only
you are.
guy. I was the only guy that said Arsenal finish in the top 6. Log it, and they're gonna finish top 6.
Bro, in January, you said to me, you are where you are. So we
Oh,
have-
shut up, man! Come on.
I'll never forget that, Grizz. I'll
Keep on
never
it.
forget that. That was the fuel that lifted me off the bottom. I can't even lie to you. We've done all the predictions. We've looked into majority of the games. Obviously, we've talked about more, some more than others, but it is what it is, people. Before we get into the prediction table, Tobe, someone wants to say hi.
Yes, Tobes.
Full screen him.
This guy in the stream.
Tap in, Tobes, mate. Tobes, I'm so happy to see you now. Do you know how buzzing I am? Yeah, I gave a toast.
Did you have to sit on a stool? This guy's a midget, you know. He has to sit on a stool to.
Hey, listen, mate. This is what we do. This is our stall, mate. This is our bar. But don't deflect, Tobes. Don't deflect because you're holding the most L's this season, yeah?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
stick your chest out time and time again. And you know what West Ham do? We punch that chest back in, Tobes. We punch that back in.
Yeah.
Because
You're gonna win it, yeah. You're gonna win it, yeah.
Tobes, what are you saying now, though? What's
Are
up
you
with
going to? No.
Tobes,
Are you gonna
tell
win
me.
it? You're in the semi-finals now. Are you gonna win it?
We're gonna win it. But what are you
You're gonna
saying?
win it?
Tobes,
Calm.
Before Sevilla, what was our percent? You said 0, yeah? 0% chance of winning. You said we get knocked out by Sevilla. We knocked out Sevilla. You said 20% chance. Come on, give us the percentage. Come on, give us the maths, Tobes.
I'm not doing the maths this time. You're still not winning it.
Oh, you're not doing the
You're
maths.
still not
Tobes.
winning it. Fuck you. Fuck West Ham. You're still not winning it. You ain't
Tobes,
winning it.
right? This guy, yeah?
You
Let me
ain't
tell you
winning
about
it.
this guy. He
If I
said,
listen, what do I gain? What do I gain?
but here's what you. This is the thing,
At
Tobes.
this point, I don't care. You're not.
If
winning.
West Ham
If I'm in the mud, I'm in the
West
mud.
Ham
I don't
win,
care. You're not winning.
West
West
Ham win,
Ham are not winning this. Fucking
You're in the
West
mud.
Ham. No, ain't
You're
happening.
like a hippopotamus, Tobes.
Ain't happening.
You're rolling in the mud. But let me tell you
that
something,
ain't
Tobes.
happening.
Yeah, you said, okay, you said fair play. You said we'll probably get past Leon.
Yeah.
That was before we had Creswell and Zuma out, so you're probably rubbing your hands together. But you said if we get past Leon, we're getting knocked out by Barcelona.
Yeah.
Barcelona are not losing to Frankfurt. Where are Barcelona, Tobes?
Okay, yeah, then
Where
Frankfurt
are your
will do you.
boys?
Frankfurt will do you then. Simple. Frankfurt will do you then. Philip
Oh,
Kostic will do
now
you.
it's Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Before it was
Frankfurt will do you.
Barcelona are going to save Tottenham.
Yeah.
Where are they now? It's Frankfurt.
Bro, it's fine. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. It's a great
We're enjoying it, mate. I've done like 7 whiskey shots. I'm enjoying it.
Don't worry, Dan, he's been drinking too, bro. Dan,
Turkish,
he's been
Turkish,
drinking.
Turkish.
He's been
I want
drinking
you to,
pina
you know what? The
coladas.
same way you've done
He's
this.
been Phil Mitchell drinking. He's Phil Mitchell drinking. He's down in that bottle. Like,
See
oh
how
my
you've done
God.
this now, yeah? I want you to make sure Dan is back here in 3 weeks' time, yeah? Because 3 weeks' time is when the semi-finals will be done, right? 3 or 4 weeks' time. So I want him to be back here. So
Fix
it's
it.
either
Right, go on.
I'm going to be in the mud or he's going to be in the mud. So he
cool.
better be back here, yeah?
Cool.
So, man,
Dr. Evil and Minimi.
you are
Honestly.
so far in the mud,
I
man.
can see Dr. Evil at the top. I can see Minimi over there. Flipping out. It looks like a Nutella sandwich.
Listen, me and my twin Big Steve here, Toads, we're coming to squash you. Come on. Toads, man. Why?
Dan.
Come on. You got to give us a percentage. Give us a percentage.
Fuck
Come on,
your
Toads.
percentage. You're not winning it. You're not winning it, bro.
Dan,
Toads, we're winning this thing, mate. We just smashed Leon at home without Zuma and without Creswell. What are you saying?
But I tipped you to go through with Leon, though.
No, but you tipped us to go through before missing.
I didn't
these
even,
players.
bro. I didn't even know Zuma was injured until you told me. I didn't even know Zuma was injured.
But if you knew, you would be like, yeah, you'd be rubbing your hands together.
Nah, not really. No, Leon, not that great.
The only London club left in Europe. And listen, what are Tottenham doing? It's okay, you might get fourth, but guess what? You can get your little fourth, Tobes, yeah? And we'll get a trophy. And then what are you gonna say? That's my ultimate dream. I'm sorry, Turkish, yeah. I'm sorry, Man United, everyone, right?
I love it.
I'm
sorry, Man United.
I can't. Honestly, I'm savoring every single word you're saying.
Dan's been drinking for happiness and Toby's drinking for
When you
sadness.
don't win it, it's gonna be sweeter. It's gonna be sweeter, bro.
But Tobes, it don't matter. We've accomplished more than you this season. It don't matter. We've done more.
Wait. What?
What did you do in the Conference League? Remind us. So what did you do in the conference?
Well, we don't talk about that shit on here. We don't talk about Conference League.
I'm sorry. Listen, Steve. Below you,
Hey, I hope West Ham. Listen, I hope West Ham win it, man. I've got a lot of friends at West Ham, and I think we've done well there, and I hope West Ham win it. No, because I like West Ham. I think I like West Ham. I want West Ham to win it, man.
Man City, West Ham connection. We've had a West Ham affinity.
There, man.
What connection? They smoke you every single time they play you.
No, it's
What
not
connection?
about that. It goes deeper than that, man. It's deeper than that. But
Yeah,
West
it
Ham,
is.
good luck,
Close the
West Ham,
scoreline.
man.
Close the
Good luck,
scoreline.
West
You wouldn't
Ham.
understand, Tobes, man. You wouldn't understand, yeah, with your club, with your shit
Big up
club.
West Ham, man.
Listen, Dan,
I'll
thank
shit.
you.
All right, cool.
Thank you for coming on.
I'll
You're going to
come
come back on in a few weeks. Like
Sorry, Turkish, mate. I need to thank you right now, right? Because when I saw that message, yeah, the smile that came on my face when you said, do you want to come and give Tobe smoke? I was like,
So that's what he asked you.
Turkish is the man. Turkish is the man.
Dan, thank you very much,
Still
my
drinking
guy.
about Arsenal.
Hey, everyone, Big Six Show, subscribe. I love you all. Tobes, you're a waste man. Stay in the mud. Thank you.
I'm gonna deal with you on London Carnage, but you Turkish, yeah. Cool.
Beautiful.
I got something for you. No worries. man.
Say no more.
No worries,
JC.
no
Like
worries.
I don't know. Someone was sending Thuggery clips last week to make sure I get smoked. Don't think I don't know
Hey,
what's going on
Turkish,
behind my back, my bro.
did you see how many Frankfurt fans went to Barcelona today? 30,000 Eintracht Frankfurt took to
No
Barca
way.
tonight.
No way.
30,000, Grizz. 30,000. You want to see the video of a
Wow.
march through the Ramblers? 30k, man. That is an army, mate. So West Ham, I hope they win it, but I just think
Boy,
they might fall short.
Listen,
German army, you were coming. That's
30k, mate. 30k. Barcelona, man. Unbelievable.
Couple super chats to get in before the table. What's the protest about? The 1.2 billion they've spent. Please get Spurs out. They've done nothing to be in the big six. And Sean says, big up from Dublin. Come on, big up everyone in Ireland. Lads, Spurs are shite. Chelsea, laughing emoji. And let's get the table up. Just to update you guys. Well, not update. It's the same table as earlier in the week. Matisse someone actually commented on the last episode's show saying they prefer to listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It is in audio format a couple hours after we end the live stream, so you can listen back there. But they said when they listen back, they struggle with the prediction league because
I'll read it out.
Oh, Grizz, you read it out.
Grizz on top with 122.
Nah.
Yeah, see the light.
This is where order has to come in. All right, cool. At the top is Matisse, 122 points. He's 1 point ahead of Saeed and Steve, who are joint in second place, 121 points. TOBS is ahead of me on 119. He's only ahead by correct scores. I'm on 119 too. And Grizz is on 116. So, yeah, little cushion there. I can't even lie. I'm enjoying. Let me just continue climbing up that table. Pina Coladas have got TOBS on smoke tonight. And Turkish, what do you think about the Xhaka interview and Southampton on Saturday, right? I think the Xhaka interview is probably a solo vid that I'll do on my channel. What is it, Thursday today? Let's say Saturday evening. I might do a solo vid. So look out for that. Or Sunday midday. One or the other. I'll see where I can fit that in. But big up you, my guy. Listen, people. Hour and a half, 3.5k here. We've passed 1,000 likes. But if you haven't hit the like button already, make sure you guys go right now. Hit the like button. Make sure you guys go right now. Subscribe to Steve, Cams, Grizz, TOBS, Matisse, and Skull Thuggery. People, show some love. Put the notification bell on. The official Big Six channel. If you need any, essentials, boxers, socks, vests, shorts, tracksuits, jumpers, all of that, FM London is the sponsor. There's links in the description below. There's links every single week to a different piece of clothing. 10% off through the Big Six, people. Show some love to the sponsor. And yeah, like I said, look out for the top 6 Premier League central midfielders coming out in the next week or so, people. I'll premiere it so you'll know exactly when. If you have the notification bell on, you'll know before everyone else. Love for the love, people. We're all out. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.